Hi everyone, welcome to Amaranth. These are general messages for the collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter placements. Let's get into it. One more thing I wanted to add before we get started here is that I will pick up on the energies of the cards based on the surrounding cards. And the meanings will come through differently every time based on the other cards that are there in the reading. And I get asked this a lot, like how come the meaning of the card is changing? Because the surrounding cards are changing. And I will periodically explain to you why I say what I say, because of the energies of the cards that are there in the reading at that point in time. And I also give you references to the energies that I picked up on the prior cards, and that will affect the meaning of the cards that come after that. So I just wanted to put it out there so that you're mindful of which cards are paired up in the reading. Now, let's get to it. So before we get started, I just wanted to apologize for my absence from this channel. There was a lot of reconstructive work going on inside the house and was happening right outside the room where I make these videos, where my team comes together. And there was a lot of noise and disturbance outside this room, so we really could not work. We could not do it the way that we normally do. So I apologize for my extended absence. Now the constructive things are completed and I can sit in this room, I can create videos, I can meet with my team as well. So thank you for being patient, and yeah, we are back in business, and we're going to create more videos just the way we wanted for this channel. And we really thank you for your patience and appreciate your support. So the first card you have, Leo, is Hope, and it's number 38. 3, 8, and 11 are coming through with this energy. It further says daffodils. It's the air element with the glyph out here, and also has the glyph of Taurus. So let's take a closer look at daffodils. Basically, daffodils are the flowers that start sprouting right after winters, like right about when winter is about to end and the spring is on the horizon. So it marks the end of winter. It also marks the beginning of a new cycle. It's yellow in color. So it indicates that there is warmth coming in. It's there's new beginnings. It's a vibrant color. It's a vibrant flower. It further says here, the flower doesn't hope for the sun. It turns toward it naturally. You are that flower. You have endured a challenging season. Now hope is blooming. Your faith is being rewarded, and a fresh joyful cycle is starting. So that's what this is. This is, it symbolizes optimism. It symbolizes joy. Things are starting to take shape for the better, in a positive direction. So maybe there are, maybe you're not able to see the results as yet, but just know that it is coming. So and I feel that a lot of you Leos, your 5th house energy, you're ruled by the sun. So I do feel that this is a positive time for you to bloom, to shine. So I feel that maybe in the past, this is for some of you, not for all of you, maybe in the past, you might have been bringing the energy and efforts into some areas, but, maybe you didn't get the recognition, maybe you didn't get the, the rewards that you were expecting for the kind of efforts that you put in. But the message over here is that, with daffodils, it's like it pushes through the cold earth, right? It pushes through it. So there is an energy of pushing through. Keep doing what you're doing. Don't force the outcome. Don't force the bloom. So with this hope card, it's that keep the faith and keep doing what you're doing. The flower or the results will come when they have to come. You really cannot force a flower to open, right? You cannot rip it open. So in a similar way, this message is to not be impulsive, and to stay grounded. Sometimes with the Leo energy, there is a lot of radical gestures or dramatic gestures. So this energy is asking you to stay grounded, to tone it down. Because when you stay grounded, when you stay authentic, and when you're patient enough to wait for the outcomes, that's the outcome that you will not only truly appreciate, but the outcome that will actually get you the recognition that you deserve. Like, for example, for those of you that are in the creative areas, like I'll give an example of writing, for example, that comes to me right now. Like maybe you've written a script, maybe you're a director, or maybe you're a writer, and you've written several drafts, and it constantly keeps rejected by the team or by the production house or something. And then you're like, okay, nobody's publishing it for me, so I will go publish it for myself. I will self-publish my work. Something that was rejected, you go and self-publish it, and it doesn't get the recognition. But this hope card, or the hope energy, is asking you to, maybe start fresh, start with a new idea, start with a new write-up or a new book that you're writing. And do it with enthusiasm, with hope, with excitement, not with disappointment. That's the new novel that you're going to write, or the new write-up that you're going to write will be more popular and more favorable for you than the past one. This is just an example. Now, for those of you who actually know how daffodils work, it's like you have to plant their seeds in the fall. The bulbs, these bulbs, you have to plant it in the fall. And, it doesn't bloom in the winter. So there's a long gap before you plant the bulbs and you actually see the flowers push through. It's almost a 4 or 5 months wait. And that wait is actually symbolic of patience. So be patient with with the process. Now, daffodils on the other side, financially also is a good omen. So for those of you who are waiting to improve their finances, this is a positive omen for that. It's a flower of wealth and success and good things coming to you for the efforts that you have put in. So if you have been putting the efforts in a certain project, in a certain area, the money is coming. Now, here we see the life of Taurus, and Taurus is Equinox energy. It's a grounded energy. It's an earth element. So, and Taurus energy is all about putting in the work, one step at a time, keep moving towards your goal. And I feel that's what this card is encouraging you to do, Leos. There's also the air element out here. Now, even the stem over here, it actually represents the air element, which is your your thought process, your communication, and things like that. So I feel this is a good time for you to share your ideas, your thoughts. If you're a leader in whichever domain that is, you need to be able to relay your ideas, what you're thinking, where you're coming from, to the people. And the yellow color of the daffodil itself is, a color of hope. It's a color of vibrancy. It's a color of warmth. So if you express yourself and, keep that hope, keep that excitement level up, stay enthusiastic throughout the whole process, when people see your energy, which is going to be very contagious, that's when your vision will start to come alive. People will understand your excitement. They will understand that you are into it. So in general, with this energy, it's a good idea to, start your projects or restart with your project. I mean, you look at it with a new eye, new set of ideas or new team, whatever that is. This is also a good time for you to join artistic areas, like maybe performance or theaters, or just do things creatively. It's a good time to bring that creative angle to things. Some of you might also be planning things, maybe for the community or maybe for your team and things like that. It's a good time for planning and warming things up. Now, another thing that I'm picking up with this hope and daffodil energy is about churning something which is, kind of barren, something that has been left neglected, something that has been left unattended to, and to renew it back to life, to bring something back to life, and make it even more beautiful, more prettier. Some of you might be working on some abandoned homes and restructuring those. But there is a big energy of rebuilding. It could be that you are into areas where you're rebuilding, or you're rebuilding your life, or you're rebuilding your health. There is something about rebuilding out here. Maybe you're, joining some fitness classes, or maybe you are working for some construction companies, because construction and rebuilding comes to very strongly with this energy. So, or maybe you are, maybe you are redoing something in a new way. Maybe it's the same product, but you're using different materials, more eco-friendly materials. That could be for some of you. And for others of you, where this energy is touching you gently, there is a reorganization that I'm picking up on. You might be reorganizing or decluttering your house, making it, maybe painting with fresh colors, or using new curtains, or just bringing in flowers, maybe daffodils, or some yellow flowers, yellow tone flowers. Maybe yellow is your theme, or you're wearing yellow clothes, or a little, you're seeing yellow everywhere, or inclined towards yellow lighting for, because lighting really impacts our mood, and, it just elevates our mood as well. So you might be doing that as well. But the energetically, it's about, decluttering, so that there is more energy, there is more chi, there is more energy circulation, more flow. You feel less stressed out. You feel less burdened with things. The next card you have, Leo, is the number 4, and it says 4th house. So 4th house is the house of Cancer. And for those that know Cancerians, it's represented by a crab. The crab that carries its house, its foundation on its back. So let's dig deeper into the 4th house energy for you, Leos, which is the 5th natural house. Now, 4th house is all about our family, our, even our own personal space, our inner world, our roots, the heritage, the traditions, the home, everything. It's the heart, or I would say the hearth, as as it was called in the olden golden days. A place where we come back, we relax, we feel protected, we feel safe, where we can be who we truly are, where we feel nurtured, and we nurture. So 4th house energy also is basically encouraging you to build stronger foundations, foundations that feel secure, foundations that are loving, supportive. It further says here, your greatest strength comes from a secure and loving foundation. Nurture your roots, and everything you build upon them will be stable and magnificent. So exactly, it's about, feeling secure in your house, with your people, in your home life, with your family. Creating that sanctuary, that home that actually truly reflects who you are, your personality, your style. This can also be your own inner world, your heart, your soul, and take care, recharging that, and uplifting your spirits, rejuvenating your spirits, and yeah, doing things that bring you joy. Maybe, you're into creatives or you're into artistic performance, whatever is your thing that brings you joy. Do more of that so that it boosts your energy. It uplifts your spirit. But here, the core energy of the fourth house is about supportive family, the people around you, where you feel safe, where you can come back, relax, and recharge. It further says over here, a mighty tree needs deep roots. A lion is most powerful when its den is safe. Absolutely. So for you, Leos, yes, you guys like the spotlight. You like to be out and about and express yourselves. But this energy of the fourth house is also asking you to work a little bit on the backstage, the backstage meaning the home, your private life, your personal life. When you do that, when you have that secure and, when you feel secure in your home, your foundation is strong, that will make you shine even more brighter outside, But see, the only caveat with this fourth house energy is to not become homebound for a long time, like not a recluse. Don't make home time or a personal time or a recharge time as an excuse to just stay away from people or from the media if you're in the media industry, or from your other social obligations, right? So this energy is mostly asking you to recharge, like, spend some time home, maybe like a home spa night or something like that, where you feel relaxed, where you can unwind in in a warm setup, like, maybe some candles or just some diffusers where essential oils which naturally heal the body and mind. So just don't isolate yourself. It's just that, when you take that much needed break at home in a safe environment, you will step back out feeling more refreshed, feeling more ready for the world. It's like, just that, I'm getting an energy. The energy I'm picking up with this is the hearth. When in the olden times, hearth was actually the fireplace that was there in homes, and people used to gather around that, and they used to light up the fireplace where it was so warm and so nice and so light, and people used to just talk and catch up and share good moments and a laughter, right? It's that hearth of that home, which is literally like, it gives me an image of like when the planets go around the sun, and the sun is the center of it. Similarly, in the houses, in the homes, that fireplace used to be the center of the family, or the center where everybody used to gather around. So that's the energy I pick up on this now. So yes, being expressive and sharing good family bonds, and also our own emotional well-being, it has a huge impact on how we carry ourselves, on an outside our house. Now, water element comes to very strong with the fourth house. Like I said, that's Cancer energy. It's also the earth energy. I would also relate it to the earth energy, because when you come back home, that's a physical structure, right? It's some land that you build a house on. It has walls, it's concrete, it has a tangible structure, a foundation that makes you feel safe, that makes you feel stable, rocky foundations, broken walls, and all of that, and don't make us feel safe. So, having a strong foundation, physical foundation, materially also adds a huge, plays a huge part. So you might be looking for homes that, make you feel safe in a good neighborhood with all amenities. Is also, I would like to say, that, where you can create that space or have that space in your house where you can bring a lot of people in, just like the celebrities. I've seen a lot of celebrity homes. They design it in such a way that they have open space for entertaining people. They have huge kitchens where they can cook and bake, and, they can fire pit pizzas and things like that. And then that's their base to invite their closest family and friends home. It's their own private kingdom. that's the energy of this fourth house. So I do feel that, another energy I pick up on is that you guys are organizing some parties, dinner parties at your home, either meeting up with your inner circle, your close, near, and dear ones. Some of you might be into building stronger foundations, like actually buying homes or decorating your homes, or, maybe into something that makes you feel connected to your roots. Maybe you're buying murals, maybe you're doing a painting or buying things that makes you feel more connected to your family history or your heritage, so that you feel belong. Do you feel you want to continue that? You want to progress that heritage? So some of you could be into that as well. And some of you could actually be watching some movies around the themes of home and family. One movie that comes to mind is The Lion King. Simba in that is all about family, yes, home, and the Pride Lands and things like that. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's a great movie. Holidays are around the corner. You can sit with your friends and your dear ones and share a good movie, which is The Lion King, and which is truly associated with this energy. Now, some of you could actually be buying holiday homes, where a lot of family can come together from different parts of the world and you can just hang out together. So some of you could be doing that as well. Now, I'm also picking up on home restoration projects, like maybe you are, reviving some kind of jewelry, or maybe you have an art piece that you inherit from your family and something, maybe the frame's down right, or maybe it's scratched off and you want to redo that. You might be painting something. You might be upholstering the furniture that you inherited, something which has the roots culturally to your family or something like that. And this could also be on a grander scale. You might be seeing things like that happening around you. Even, if you see restoration projects of monuments and buildings, like the countries go really big, keep maintaining those forts and palaces and everything architectural related to their heritage and history. So you could be seeing some projects being undertaken in regards to that as well. Now, I'm also getting a energy of some of you going for safaris, like to actually view the lions, because you had the energy of daffodils, you have the fourth house now. So some of you could actually, and you're Leos, of course, we're reading for Leos today. So you could be actually going on safaris, going watching the animals or lions, and you might see, this fourth house energy play out in the safari as well. Like how animals they protect. You might actually be seeing some lioness or lions, or, some cubs being protected by their, by their parents, things like that. You might be on some safari tours is also what I pick up on with this energy. But the whole idea is to connect more deeper with your legacy, with your family traditions. Some of you, I'm also getting restoring jewelry and wearing that jewelry. It's like, there's a term called as wearing your heritage, where the family jewelry gets inherited and you wear that jewelry, or maybe it's a fashion thing, or some clothes get passed on from your progenerations and you're wearing that, or some watches, or maybe perfumes, who knows. It could be anything related to jewelry, designing and something like that. You could be incorporating that as well into your fashion style or into your home, or using the same kind of fabrics. For some of you, I'm also getting that you're traveling for work and you are bringing your family along with you, whether you're traveling for some work, or whether you're in corporate, or whether you are, related to any meetings you might be going. You might be traveling for work or for pleasure, whatever it is. You probably just keep taking your family with you. For the most part, I feel it's like you're going for work, but your family is going along, because you want to take that foundation with you, a very crab-like energy. You want to take your home with you. You want to take your family near and dear ones, maybe friends with you, because they are your source of pride and strength. So you might be taking them on your work trips as well. Um, yeah, I'm picking up a lot of things. I'm picking up on people that are decorating their homes, putting their family pictures in frames. Or maybe you are, cooking meals for your family, like, using the recipes that your family has long cooked and something which is, popular in your house or with your family or neighborhood. Maybe it's a community kitchen that you are coming together and cooking or something like that. I'm also getting like some of you creating those, nooks, like they say, a specific dining area where you are, yeah, I would say a dining or a coffee area where you can just come together and talk and chat in your spare time, something like that. Or maybe just creating some cozy nooks in your house. Maybe you want to just create a corner where you can, like meditate. Or maybe you want to create a book, a reading nook, or, a corner where you just feel so nice and cozy by the windows you have that steady laid out and you want to just lie down and relax and read a book or something like that. Some of you might be just, welcoming people into your house, your friends, family that don't live around. Maybe they're traveling from foreign to visit you, but they are invited to your house. Maybe you bought a new house, maybe you're throwing a housewarming party, or maybe in general, for the holidays, you are inviting people. Because I do feel that, it gives you a deep sense of satisfaction, when you're home, the people that you love, they come together, they share a good laugh, they're there, feeling loved and protected. I feel that a lot of Leos are in that energy as well. I feel that some of you also want to leave a legacy, like create something that, your family can enjoy for a long time to come, because that's what you want to create. It's a very strong feeling that I'm picking up on. But other than that, throwing parties, hosting parties is something that comes really strong with this fourth house energy, finding happiness in just having people in your house, having those, the family club together and sharing stories, or, mutual, or maybe having just a family tradition, like, annually we're going to go here, or go for annual vacations. Maybe you're planning something like that, or just weekly rituals or daily rituals or something like that, where you want to have a cup of coffee together every single day. They say the host with the most, and that's what's coming through with this. So if I couple up the prior energy of daffodil and the fourth house here, it's meaning like it's, this energy is pushing you, encouraging you to have that kingdom of, that's worthy of, a lion, I would say, because you are the lions, and create that kingdom which is worthy of a lion, just, put things that make it warm and cozy. And, when you feel your inner world is secure, that's what will reflect onto your outer world. You will shine brighter when you're outside, out and about. Okay, that's your regal glow, I would say, yes. The next card you have, Leo, is a Six of Swords. And over here, you will see that a person is meditating. There are 5 swords on one side and 1 sword on the other side. This is air energy, but symbolizes the air elements. Specifically, it's Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius. Now, here it's a little different energy that's coming through. There are cherry blossoms. There's a quiet meditative environment. There is a calm, serene backdrop. It's about, calming yourself down, calming your thoughts down. There is an overactive mind with the Six of Swords. Quieting the mind and channeling your energy into thoughts which are more intentional, which are more purposeful. That helps us, feel more grounded, feel more at ease and peaceful. So it's about quieting the mind, shifting your mindset, even leaving situations that are stressful. This could also be getting kind of guidance in order to get the help to move forward. So I do feel, Leos, that you're trying to transition, you're trying to make a necessary transition. Now, it's going to be different for each of the age groups for you, your situations will be different. Or here it says, you don't have to stay where you are. A better place is waiting. So for some of you, literally, it's about moving cities or homes, neighborhoods. You're not liking how the home is or how it's done. Maybe there are a lot of issues that you're facing inside the house, structural issues and things like that. Maybe you're living in a fixer-upper home or a home which is not done mindfully, and you want to move into a more kind of ready to go home. Those turnkey homes where everything's done with the most modern ways and all the underlying issues of a home is taken care of. Some of you literally are moving towards that. You are moving on the right path. Because the Six of Swords indicates that there is movement to calmer shoes, to a better place. Maybe your destination is not really in sight right now, but wherever you will get to will be a better place from where you are at this moment. I also feel that some of you could be leaving companies or, workplaces or businesses where maybe your thoughts or your ideas or your work is undervalued. Maybe you're not getting the pay that you're, for the amount of energy and effort that you put in. Maybe people or your boss, your management is not recognizing it at this point in time. Maybe you're not being honored, or you're not being, you're not getting the spotlight that you need. Maybe it's in performances or things like that. So leaving those environments, maybe there is some conflict in your place of work, or maybe elsewhere, maybe in your personal life, where you feel like, you're not at peace. So it's time to move away. It's time to transition. It's not about running away. It's about moving to a place where you feel at ease. Yeah, it's like, some of you might be taking up newer positions in different companies, or maybe in different teams in the same company, where you're able to express yourself better, where your thoughts, your ideas, your vision is more understood, it's more valued. It's the only thing about Six of Swords is the only caution with this energy is about being impulsive. So don't make those radical exits or storm out the door, or impulsive tantrums, or, a dramatic exits that burn bridges. This is that energy that could cause those situations to come up. So the Six of Swords energy actually encourages you to take a more calmer way to transition, more strategically transitioning, which, especially if you're moving within the same company into different teams, if you move with peace without burning bridges, it preserves your reputation, it preserves your dignity, so that you can come back to the team where you're leaving from, should you need to later on. Some of you could be moving different companies, and again, if you're moving companies, there is no point in burning bridges, because, later on in time, a position might open up which might look enticing, and you might want to return back. So there's no point in burning bridges. Some of you could actually be, starting a new chapter in your life. Maybe you are moving between different cities or different countries. Maybe you're relocating, with the original Rider-Waite. There is a boat in which there are swords and people are moving. Oh, wait, it's the swords to me are the thoughts, it's the challenges that you're carrying with you. The lessons that are carrying with you. So I do feel that, with the strong air element associated with this card, it's about your mind, how you control the negative thoughts, how you communicate. It's like having the clarity and moving towards peaceful situations. And also because there is water, a lot of water in the backdrop, it's about tending to your emotional self, your intuitions, whatever turmoil you're feeling inside of your emotions, I feel that's calming down as well. That's subsiding, and there is smoothness, there's calmness in that area as well. This energy is also about, moving to places or countries that provide more support, more peace, So some of you actually could be relocating to different countries. Some of you, I feel, could be trying jobs that are more aligned with your ideas, more authentic to your lifestyle, and that are less draining of your energy. Or you're just moving to neighborhoods that better align maybe with the people or with the energy that the town or city brings. Now, this could be in your life, or you could see situations like these play out around you. You know, this is like to bring people to peace, to more safer zones. I recently read about, not just recently, there are a lot of countries that help, those coastal communities, people that live by the coast, they relocate, especially when the sea levels are rising. Those are planned transitions by the cities, by the governments that direct people away from the dangerous places. So some of you could be helping with those kind of humanitarian corridors, maybe conflict zones, and taking people away from conflicts and, negotiating ceasefires or bringing people away from war zones into safe areas. So some of you could be seeing this energy play out around you even. So I do see you moving to a more better and a calmer place. Now, this energy, believe it or not, I feel it plays out even in the pets, the animals, the birds. They all embody this energy, believe it or not. I mean, I saw a cat, in my neighborhood, a stray cat. That was, that found a place in a home and we used to live in that house for a long, long time. And as the stray cat was just strolling around the neighborhood, there was a house, another house, about 2-3 houses down the line that used to offer the cat a lot of food, different kind of treats to eat and things like that. And before I knew, a few weeks after that, I saw the cat actually start living in the backyard of that person's house. So it was like, this energy where the cat is moving away from, or moving towards a more warm, hospitable, and a more luxurious life. I felt that, immediately struck me as the Six of Swords energy, where the cat is actually transitioning to a more luxurious life, So that's what I see happening for you, Leos, as well, that you're moving away from drama. You're moving away to a place where, you can be at peace, at ease. You can, you can just be peaceful and calm. And the last card you have, Leos, is decision making. It says, I choose positive energy, light, and calm. I choose happiness no matter what I experience. I overcome fear and inform God of my thoughts. That's such a beautiful energy to be in. It's like you have the power to make your choices. You have a strong will. And if your inner compass, your inner thoughts, your intentions are true, then make those choices and decisions that honor your heart and mind and your highest path, something which is for your highest good. It's like, it's like a lion, does not have to form a committee to decide where to hunt, right? The lion knows exactly where to hunt. The lion knows his own path. So, I mean, it's just that whatever choices that you're making, Leos, make sure that it's coming from a very authentic place. And you're not doing it just for any kind of external validation. And also one caveat is don't let your pride make the decision for you. Because sometimes, we run into challenges where we have to make a choice, to decide what is truly best for us for our long term, for growth, for happiness, not just what looks, glittery and glam and impressive or gets the most claps at that particular point in time. So you have to be mindful of that, especially for those of you that are moving, changing jobs, leaving difficult environments behind. And going to companies that might not be that glam, might not have the glam quotient or those words, but then it aligns with your drive, it aligns with your authenticity. It's more mission driven, so you might be weighing the pros and cons, and then you feel that it's better to be respected in a company than be that understands your vision, than being stressed out in a glamorous place. So don't just choose those big names just for, to brag about it or to feel proud in it. Instead, choose what really aligns for you, for your long-term happiness. Um, you know, when I was reading about a lot of the spiritual studies, I learned a term called kairos. Kairos is a term that indicates that, kairos means that it's a perfect moment or the opportunity to take the most decisive action at that point in time. It's like seize the moment, seize the day when they say, right? That's in spiritual terms, a kairos moment. And I feel that this is your kairos moment, Leos. Because in your reading today, a lot of fire element and a lot of air element is coming through. The fire energy gives us the moving forward, sun, it drives us forward. It gives us the courage. It gives us the passion to do things that, that align with us. Some choices might feel a little risky or bold, but then the spirit energy will give you that encouragement and confidence to actually make the choice, to act on it, to act on your instincts. Also, there's a lot of air energy, and air is always about the mind, the thinking, the process, the path we choose. When we out the options, when we weigh the pros and cons, when we think logically, when we have the clarity. So you do need that mental focus. You need the clarity to make your choices clearly. So you will experience a lot of changes based on what decisions you make, what choices you choose, the path you choose, whether it's investment paths or whether it's branding, how you want to change up your image, your brand, or launching businesses, or joining companies, or starting some creative projects, maybe just personal projects, or maybe open a business out of it. Or, maybe you're partnering up with companies or vendors and you're no longer partnering up with them or no longer committed to them because they're not working efficiently. They're not helping or fueling your growth. For those of you that are leading companies, you actually might be, chaining up your policies. It could be company policies or anything. Some strategies in your company there might be a reorg, there might be a lot of talks, meetings coming together, or having a plan of action, or maybe you're taking on new markets, or you're creating new products and you're realigning your resources and things like that. These kind of shifts you could be experiencing around you. So when you are making choices and you have made a choice, it just brings more more relief, because when we're making choices, there's a lot of anxiety that comes with it. And when we make a choice, it brings us a sense of calm, a relief, a burden lifted, And so I do feel that whichever choice you are making, whether it's in your personal life or professional life, I feel that things will move forward quickly because now you have a clear direction. You're more decisive. And you will be able to organize your life based on your choices. You will be speaking with more, you will be expressing yourself, whether it's your teammates or whoever, your community, whatever, with more conviction, with more authority. Because once we have the clarity, we get that confidence to express ourselves. So Leos, this is your moment. Choose the path you want to go and just go after it, command your stage. And I would say wield that power with a lot of confidence, Leos. You just need to trust your inner compass and just know that your inner compass will always guide you towards your highest good. The path that you will choose will be for your highest good. Okay? So Leos, those were your messages. Hope you enjoyed it. So thank you guys for joining. Please subscribe and hit the like if you enjoyed the content, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye for now.